This is a mock interview conducted by Forum IAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
Please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Please take a seat. Arpit Gupta from Gorakhpur,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Proper Gorakhpur, or where were you born? In Gorakhpur?
No, there's a small town in Gorakhpur, Sahjanwa, so I was born there.
Okay. So tell about that town. Tell me about Sahjanwa.
So-
How far is it from Gorakhpur, and what is unique about your place?
Ma'am,
Except for the fact that you were born there. That also is unique. Okay.
So, ma'am, it's nearly 18 kilometers from Gorakhpur, and I think only one thing is unique about Sahjanwa. We have a jute mill there, which is not elsewhere present except in West Bengal. So we have one of the oldest jute mill of
Jute mill?
Yeah,
Right.
of UP there.
Okay. So is it still functional, or it is dilapidated and not die-functional?
No, it's still functional. It's functional on a 365 days basis right now.
How much jute is produced, and what is done about that? Is it exported? It is sold in the market? What exactly happens?
Ma'am, I am not aware about the exact amount of jute being produced there, but most of the jute which is produced there is not exported. It is used in Indian markets itself. It is mainly to be used as a food packaging material for wheat and rice and for sugar.
Got it.
So in local
Gunny
areas.
bags. Tell me what kind of employment profile they have. Like many women work there, or many men work there. Have you visited that place?
Yes, ma'am. I have visited that place. Mostly men work there.
Okay.
There is less employment for women, maybe 5 or 10%.
Okay. Tell me something unique about Gorakhpur.
Ma'am.
Now it is in limelight because of the CM, right? So what are the unique features of Gorakhpur? How Gorakhpur has fared in last 6-7 years since Mr. Yogi joined? What are the positive changes, if you can prioritize and give answer?
Ma'am, some of the unique things about Gorakhpur are we are having the longest platform present in India. Secondly, we have the Gorakhnath temple, which is a place for the Nathpanthis. So thirdly, we have Gita Press, which publishes almost all of the Hindu scriptures.
Right.
And we also have recently constructed Nauka Vihar. So it is one of the unique places because it has the tallest flag of UP. So Indian flag was hoisted there, and it is the tallest flag present in UP. And in last 6 to 7 years, there have been a lot of positive changes. For example, first I would say is the cleanliness. Cleanliness has improved drastically. The electricity has also improved. Now 24/7 electricity is there in whole of the Gorakhpur. Thirdly, the infrastructural connectivities have improved remarkably.
Tell me, elaborate on that.
We have 3 highways now passing through the Gorakhpur itself. One goes to Sonauli and then to Nepal. Second goes to the Banaras, and third goes to the Lucknow. So two were constructed in last few years, in last 3 years. In fact, on Banaras highway still the work is going on. Again, there has been various routes under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. So we have connected nearly 100% villages from the district headquarters, which is a remarkable improvement.
Right. Gorakhpur was once very, very notorious about the gang wars
Yes, ma'am.
between the Rajputs and the Brahmins.
Yes, ma'am.
There were 2 major gangs,
Yes, ma'am.
and it was so notorious that it was said that it is the world's second most important crime center. It was known as a crime mafia.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is that situation now? How is it?
It has remarkably improved. Actually, there has been remarkable change. Firstly, because the political space occupied by the criminals has reduced. Secondly, one of the gang head has died.
Who has died?
Virendra Shahi. He's no more here, and one of the gang is dysfunctional because the political space enjoyed by them has been reduced to an extent that they are insignificant. And secondly, the rise of development politics in Gorakhpur and the kind of development Gorakhpur has seen in last few years has reduced the space for any criminal there. So they have shifted to other areas now. And most of them have been neutralized in last 4 or 5 years. Most of them are in jails right now.
You have done BTech from IIT Roorkee.
Yes, ma'am.
In 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
And since then you have been working in Gurgaon, if I'm not mistaken.
No, ma'am. I left my job. Now I'm just preparing for...
How long did you work and what was your job profile?
Ma'am, I worked for 3 months there, and I worked as a financial market analyst there.
Only for 3 months?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you left?
Yes, ma'am.
And after that?
After that, I started preparing for the civil services, and I have given 2 attempts.
This is your second attempt?
Yes, ma'am.
In the first attempt, did you reach the interview?
No, ma'am. I missed the interview by 1 marks. So.
Oh, okay. Just a very generic question. If you were aspiring for civil services, why did you go to IIT Roorkee? Why did you slog so much? You could have done a simple graduation and then gone through the channels of coaching or whatever, or self-study.
Ma'am, I would say I was not even aware.
You are aware of risk. You thought एक job तो इधर से secure कर लेते हैं. ऐसा था?
I would not say like this because I was not very sure about going for civil services when I entered IIT Roorkee. I did have very less information about civil services.
And all of a sudden in IIT Roorkee you came to know about civil services. Now all IITians are only thinking of, where वहीं पे जाके ज्ञान चक्षु खुल जाते हैं. हाँ?
No, ma'am. The culture of IIT teaches us a lot, and I belonging to a place called Gorakhpur. We have very less exposure about the opportunities. So in 3 or 4 years, I learned a lot of things, and I got to know
and
what exactly.
Most of your friends were, your peer group, your seniors were appearing for civil services.
I would say.
Have you met any bureaucrat in Gorakhpur? Have you met the DM or the SDM or?
Yes, ma'am.
Whom did you meet?
Ma'am, I have met the SDM of the local area.
Okay. And what was your impression of him?
She was a lady. She was a lady, and she had a very good impression on me because she held the COVID-19. She managed COVID-19 very well in our area. We had some of the cases initially, but the way she managed it was remarkable. We still have the memories of how she managed. Because we were at a fear of having a containment zone. We got more than 30 cases there.
Administrative services is your first choice.
Yes, ma'am.
Police second, and third is foreign services, right? Suppose you become a district magistrate in Banaras and there is a big riot happening there between two communities, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are asked to handle that. It has started on the spur of the moment. No preparedness is there with the police or with the administration. What will be your first step? You are totally unprepared.
My first step would be to control the riot on an immediate basis through whatever administrative machinery I have.
Like suppose you are already an SDM there or DM there. So don't tell me the theory, tell me the practice.
Ma'am, I'll ask whosoever is the police in charge to go and use police to an extent so that peace can be prevailed. First of all,
you will have to give clear-cut direction to the SP of that district, isn't it? So what will be how will you contact him? What will be your instructions? Give me 1, 2, 3 instructions.
Ma'am, the first would be to go with as much force as you can. Secondly, try to get as much people as you can dispersed, and if someone is
how try to get people
by using tear gas if they are not like dispersing even on announcements and even on frequent warnings. You can use tear gases and you have to disperse people anyhow, and if someone is creating any issue, then to detain them for some time. And thirdly, my clear-cut instruction would be that no partiality and no tolerance should be allowed. Discipline should be maintained and rule of law should.
Suppose they have put things on fire, वो बस जला रहे हैं, building जला रहे हैं, तो then what will happen?
I'll ask to detain whosoever is doing that because damaging public property is against law.
Okay. Have you recently visited Banaras?
No, I'm not visited.
No, you. What are the places you have been to in and around Gorakhpur?
Ma'am, I have been to Kushinagar in Ramkola. I have been to.
You have been to Kushinagar recently?
Yes, ma'am. In nearly 6 or 7 months back.
Okay. Tell me about the new developments there.
Recently, the international airport was inaugurated there. And secondly, an infrastructural project again connecting Kushinagar, Gorakhpur and to all of the eastern UP areas has been being constructed so that we can have road connectivity as well as aeroplane connectivity. We are trying to boost Buddhist tourism there.
Right.
And some of the sites, Buddhist sites, have been renovated, and even the work was going on when I visited there. So the walls are being painted with Buddhist jatakas. Some of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There's a new airport in Kushinagar.
Yes.
There are 2 more new airports which are in the offing. Where are they? In UP.
Ma'am, one is Jewar Airport, and second I cannot recall right now.
That also is into spiritual tourism. A clue. Ayodhya.
Yes.
That's Ramayana circuit. My next question to you is, there are many government schemes.
Yes, ma'am.
Some schemes are from central government and some are from the state. Many new schemes for the social welfare of the people have been launched.
Yes, ma'am.
Take one scheme and tell me what is the progress, implementation part and efficacy of that scheme in UP. Any scheme which you want to talk about.
I would take up the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan because it has been one of the schemes which has shown the most promising character in Uttar Pradesh. We have reached a status of near 100% ODF in UP. We have also constructed the largest number of toilets in UP. And
let's take Gorakhpur.
In Gorakhpur, again...
Toilets have been constructed?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, Gorakhpur was among the top districts which constructed maximum toilets. And again, we have reached ODF status and we are trying to achieve ODF plus status recently. And the sewage management has also improved. The segregation of the waste material, which household waste, has been done and dustbins have been installed. And I would say the most remarkable improvement has been the people's behavior. If we go on a public place today in Gorakhpur and if we compare it with the 6-7 years back, we could see lots of plastic packets being thrown here and there. But if we go today in any park, for example, Champa Devi Park, let's say, the place is very clean and it shows that people's mentality has changed. So the scheme has reached to the people's mindset.
Now, one more question about UP, that is about investments. Because, during COVID, lot of migrants from that area, from eastern UP, they had to rush back from different parts of metropolitan cities like Delhi, Bombay, Gujarat, Calcutta. They had to really go back to their towns.
Yes,
and the government was very keen to retain them there by giving employment opportunities.
Yes,
what exactly, any investment has come up in UP which can cater to their needs?
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to tell you some facts. 23 lakh migrants returned in UP as per the government's official data. Skill mapping has been done. Most of them were the construction workers as per the report of UP government. So they have tried to push the real estate projects in Noida and in Gorakhpur Industrial Development Authority, that is the GIDA. These two are the industrial centers of UP.
So they did not come back, they are still working there, or
yes, some of the projects are already started. So some of the labor have been engaged. Again, some of the skill which were mapped were related to MSME sectors. So new industrial corridors has been being planned one of the defense corridor is being planned to tap the unskilled labor who can work in the defense corridor in the Bundelkhand, which is planned. So the whole planning is still not very clear, but most of the labors have been used in construction sector, the industrial corridor sector, and the MSME sector.
Tell me about interlinking river projects in the union budget. What project UP has taken? Which rivers we are trying to link?
Ken and Betwa.
Tell me more about it.
Ma'am, Ken and Betwa river are two of the tributaries of the Ganga, but they have a difference in the terrain. So the area near Bundelkhand remains dry because of it. So we are trying to link these both rivers so that we can have irrigation and drinking water facility available in Bundelkhand.
There is some hitch, regarding the national park.
Yes.
What is that and how it is being addressed?
Ma'am, Panna National Park's area, some of the core area is being disturbed. So we are trying to reduce the core area as much as we can, and we are trying to also afforest some other areas so that that can be restored. I don't exactly know what is the plan, but it was planned when I read it. So
okay, that's it.
Why did you take mathematics as your optional and not mechanical?
So I would cite my aptitude in mathematics and my interest in reading mathematics for long term as one of the
You are a 9-pointer, right? So your aptitude in mechanical should also be good.
Yes, sir. You're right. But I would say mechanical engineering's theoretical part was not very good of me. So I thought taking mechanical engineering would be a risk in that sense. So mathematics was a safer option.
Okay. Can you tell me who was Ramanujan?
Sir, Ramanujan is called the father of Indian mathematics or the prince of Indian mathematics. So
what did he give?
Sir, he has done many things. He has given things on elliptical functions. He has given theories on infinite series, and he is widely known for the ability to give a number and then tell one of the infinite series which could correspond to that number.
And what is the Hardy Ramanujan number?
So if I would remember correctly, it's 1729.
Okay. Why is this number called a magic number?
Two of the cubes of the number can be equal to 1729. So one is 10 cube plus 9 cube, and the other, if I remember correctly, is 12 cube plus 1 cube.
Correct. Who was John Nash?
So I don't know about him.
What is game theory?
So game theory is about having some of the scenarios set and trying to understand people's sentiments, trying to understand the people's memory while using these games. So it's called game theory because it is a theoretical concept which is used in various fields. For example, in investments and in my own job profile, it was one of the mostly used things.
So what was your job profile?
My job profile was of a financial market analyst.
What did you do actually?
So I worked as a financial market analyst where I used to collect the data of past market trends of say 10 years, and then I used to plot various graphs so as to expect the market considerations in next 1 or 2 days. And these data helped me in predicting a market a bit with the Fed announcements, the Federal Reserve's announcements, and then I used to place trades using some of the algos, which software
So
provided.
suppose there is high inflation in US.
Yes, sir.
How will it affect the Indian stock market?
Sir, if there is high inflation in US, that means the US currency is going to deflate. And if I am going from a trader's point of view, I'm expecting Fed to increase rates. So I'll try to push my money out of India and use it in US.
So what will be the impact of that on the market?
So Indian markets would start falling because FPIs will go out of India.
And what will happen to the bond market?
Sir, bond market depends on again the trader sentiments. If bond markets work on the different principle. If people think that India's bond yield would be good, then they'll stay. But there is less chance, then they'll go again. Bond markets also. So there is a high chance that bond yield goes up and the bond prices go down.
So currently Indian markets are down, right?
Yes, sir.
So would you blame it on the Ukrainian crisis or some other thing?
Sir, I would say it is because of multiple factors. One of the reasons is the war going on between Russia and Ukraine, but there are multiple other factors. For example, India being a crude oil importing country is facing a lot of challenge there. Secondly, we have huge inflation. We have crossed the tolerance limit. So the market is having a less trust currently on RBI's monetary policy because they have increased rates suddenly. So again, thirdly, we could see there was a bit of on and off policy in the index of industrial production's rise. So these are multiple of the reasons.
And you like watching Hindi web series?
Yes.
What any particular sort or all the web series?
So generally, I go for crime or thriller web series.
So it is generally Hindi web series have been criticized, right, for foul language and
Yes,
things which are not appropriate for everybody to watch.
Yes, sir.
So what is your take on that? Should we, and there is no regulation also?
So I think parental lock system and self-regulation of apps would be a better choice rather than government intervening into the regulation part.
Then why does government intervene into feature films?
So because feature films are a broader platform where people have access to cinema halls and other places.
But
While
most
OTT
of the movies now are being released in OTT only.
So, sir, that's why government has started thinking of regulating OTT and movies on a similar platform, and a wide discussion is going on there. So, whatever be the outcome of this, I would be of the opinion that OTT should be regulated lesser because it's the place where democratization of the content has happened. So, I don't think regulating would do more good to it.
So although I agree that democratization of content has happened, but at the same time, unregulated content can do more harm than good.
Yes, sir, I agree with this. That's why we have some of the self-regulated councils. For example, news channels also have a self-regulated council.
Yes, news channels have a self-regulated council, but we already see what is happening to the news channels, right?
Yes, sir. And also Press Council of India is there for the electronic press. So we have to experiment it because Press Council of India is one of the successful self-regulating
That is not for broadcasting television.
Yes, sir. But we can have a self-regulating body of that kind in OTT also, because directly going into the regulation part should be avoided.
But if I take the self-regulation part only, we've seen how miserably it has failed in terms of news media, right? Do you agree?
So I would agree partially to it, because there have been some recent revelations also which show that if they have used negative means, for example, to garner TRP, Republic TV was charged. So in that way, I think there is a scope for improvement there also, but it has not done as much harm as we are expecting it to do.
What do you understand by gerrymandering?
I have not heard of it.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. That's it from my end.
Hello, Arpit.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is this controversy regarding J&K delimitation report?
So the controversy has been regarding the number of seats in the Jammu region and the Kashmir region. The number of seats have risen by 6 seats in Jammu area, and in Kashmir it has risen by just 3 seats. So it is, as people are alleging, it is not in the consonance with the demography present there. And also some of them have alleged that there was lack of consultation and their grievances were not resolved in that case.
Okay. So what was the need to undertake the exercise there in Jammu and Kashmir?
Sir, because after the removal of Article 370, we needed to have delimitation exercise so as to understand what is the current demography and how we should conduct election there.
Okay. So under what provision is it regulated in India, delimitation?
So there is a delimitation act. So under
Okay. Anything in the constitution?
So under constitution, there's an article. I don't remember the article number. Which
And what is the condition what is the situation regarding rest of India delimitation?
So the rest of India had a delimitation exercise already under Delimitation Act of 2002. So it is the similar kind of exercise is being done for J&K.
Okay. Is it frozen right now, delimitation? Is there any constitutional provision regarding it?
Yes, one of the condition has been that till 2026, we need to freeze the delimitation across India, but we can readjust the seat inside the states.
So why was that done?
So that was done because the fertility rate in north has been high and in south it has been lower side. So if we delimit the constituencies based on the current data, we could see a rise in seats in north.
When was this first done? When was this freeze first incorporated?
So if I remember it correctly, it was in 1971.
1971. Okay. So it was to control the population.
Yes, sir. The states who were taking actions in controlling population, they could be losing due to this.
So what changes do you anticipate after this freeze is over and the 2031 census is there? So it will be done based on the 2031 census. So will there be a controversy then?
Sir, I don't think there would be a controversy because almost all the states are seeing a fall.
But if the seats are readjusted, which states are expected to gain the most?
Yes, sir. But we are already seeing a fall in total fertility rates. So
no. In 1971, the proportion of population was very different from what it will be in 2031.
Yes, sir.
Certain states are going to benefit in terms of number of seats that will increase.
Yes, sir.
Certain other states are going to lose. Can you tell me which are the states expected to benefit?
So UP, Bihar.
Yes. And do you think that the states in southern India will accept this? Won't there be any resistance from their side?
So there might be resistance. I would not deny that there won't be any resistance. But I think a consultation process might start in 2025-26 itself. So the consultation process would go on for 4 or 5 years and the issue will get resolved.
Fine. So you have worked with futures first.
Yes.
What is a futures contract?
So futures contract is the one which is traded before it is going actually to be implemented. For example, if right now we are in May, we might be trading a futures contract, say of a crude oil of July.
And how is it different from a forward contract?
So forward contract is not regulated. Futures contract is directly regulated by the exchange.
Futures are regulated, you are saying forwards are not regulated.
So forward...
which one is mark to market on everyday basis?
So I don't exactly remember right.
Okay. Have you heard about P notes, participatory notes?
Yes, sir.
What are they? Are they legal now?
Yes, sir, they are legal.
Okay.
So the participatory notes are issued by companies, say a company who is operating in US, but Indians cannot directly participate in US. So a participatory note would be issued by a company who is registered to trade in US. The person can buy a participatory note and the company would buy some of the shares on behalf of him.
Is there any issue related with participatory notes?
So one of the issues have been illegal bringing of money. So that is being a cause of concern.
What is money laundering?
So money laundering is the way of making black money, bringing black money into legal systems through processes of layering and integration.
So P notes are susceptible to money laundering?
So I would say yes. And this.
So shouldn't they be banned then? SEBI has any action taken on them, P notes?
So I would not say banning outrightly anything is right because India needs foreign investments in whatever form it is coming. Okay. But we need to regulate it. We need to go for rules of origin in this case also so that we can have verifiable data about who is investing in the P notes.
What is a tax haven?
So a tax haven is a country where tax rates are very low. For example, Panama Islands.
Tax rates are very low. Okay. Okay, my last question. You are mechanical engineering graduate. Explain to me in very simple terms what is second law of thermodynamics.
Sir, in very simple terms, if there is a reaction which is spontaneous, there is a thermodynamic spontaneous reaction, we expect it to gain entropy rather than reduce entropy. Entropy is a physical property.
Okay, just tell me, why does heat always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature? Why is it not reverse?
Sir, it's a process, scientific process. Because of that, to attain an equilibrium.
I'll rephrase it. Why doesn't heat flow from low temperature to high temperature?
So I'm not exactly recalling what you want to ask. I know the concept, but
Entropy. You just mentioned entropy.
Yes.
It is related to entropy, right?
So yes, sir. But I exactly couldn't recall what you want to ask. So that's why I'll refrain.
Okay. All right. That's all from my side.